Installation of a floor receptacle. Raco, Hubbell 6500 BR5 floor receptacle kit contains metal deep junction box, brass receptacle cover plate with 2 round holes closed with screw caps allowing access to the receptacle, sealing gasket between the floor and the receptacle cover, tamper-resistant receptacle with yoke cut to fit junction box, screws securing the receptacle cover plate to the junction box, screws securing the junction box to the floor. Instruction. Junction box details. Junction box with a special top strip suitable for floor mounting. Ground screw. Holes for screws securing the receptacle to the junction box. Screw holes to secure the receptacle cover plate to the junction box. Holes for screws securing the junction box to the floor. Junction box knockouts, 6 total. A template for marking the hole for the junction box can be found in the instruction. Cable prepared during rough wiring and pulled out from the floor at the estimated receptacle location. To install this floor receptacle, make sure the power is turned off. Push the cable for the receptacle under the floor. The space under the floor around the floor hole is needed to accommodate the junction box. Using an electric fishing snake or a piece of wire, check the space around the hole to make sure the junction box fits underneath and, if necessary, reposition the junction box. Cut out the template from the instruction sheet. Position the template over the junction box location and draw a line around the template. The drawn line for cutting out the junction box opening in the floor. Cut out the floor for receptacle junction box. A cable to the receptacle that was inserted under the floor. Before wiring, make sure the junction box fits properly into the cutout hole. Pull the cable for the receptacle from under the floor. You will need a clamp connector or other approved connector, not included in the kit. Open the junction box knockout that matches this installation. Install the cable connector into the junction box knockout. Strip approximately 10 inches of the cable sheath. Insert the cable into the cable connector and tighten the connector clamp. Insert the junction box with the cable into the floor opening. Secure the junction box to the floor with the screws supplied. The cable sheath should extend beyond the cable clamp by a minimum of 1/4 inch. Wrap the ground wire, bare, around the ground screw and tighten the screw. Cut the cable wires to no shorter than 6 inches. Strip the ends of the wires approximately 1/2 inch. Receptacle attachment screws. Receptacle ground screw, green. Receptacle neutral screws, silver. Receptacle hot screws, gold. Make a loop on each wire and connect the receptacle as follows. Ground wire, bare, from the cable to the ground screw, green, of the receptacle. Neutral wire, white, from the cable to the neutral screw, silver, of the receptacle. Hot wire, black, from the cable to the hot screw, gold, of the receptacle. Secure the receptacle to the junction box. Place the gasket on the junction box. Place the receptacle cover plate on the gasket. Use the screws provided to secure the receptacle cover plate to the junction box. Make sure the gasket fits snugly to the floor and the receptacle cover plate. Restore power. Using a coin, preferably 25 cents, Unscrew the round receptacle cover to access the receptacle. Test the receptacle for proper operation. The two round receptacle covers were unscrewed, allowing access to both receptacles. When the receptacle is not in use, for safety reasons it should be secured with the round receptacle cover cap at all times. If this video is helpful, please subscribe. Comments are welcome.